Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Hey, welcome back to Adjacent. Shelly here. We're still on the Mel Robbins train. So you guys were on chapter 17, and you know, Mel's just given us more examples of big takeaways about letting people make their own choices, let people misunderstand you, let people not show up the way you hoped, and then let yourself move forward anyway. This chapter, she really pushes readers to stop tying their peace to other people's behaviors. And for a long time, I kept waiting for life to get perfect, and then I would be okay. And then I realized it's never going to be perfect, and so I need to figure out how to be okay here. Uh, you know, when you get what that brought me to was emotional freedom. Like my peace cannot be tied to all the ducks in a row because somebody's going to knock those ducks out of a row. And so the sooner you can make that shift, the sooner you find that peace for yourself. And that's ultimately what you know, where we're trying to get is to that peace. And so we often carry emotional loads that were never fully ours. I took so much pride in my life that I didn't carry things in my backpack. Like if there was a disturbance in the force, I wanted to address it directly. And then I married a very kind human who um, had a tendency to go into the cave and regulate and manage his his feelings, and then would when he was ready would bring them up at another time. I like to have no hanging chads, nothing in my backpack. And so I wanted to resolve things immediately. Let's figure this out. Let's resolve this quickly. Let's get to the brass tacks. Let's handle it so that we can all go to bed at night and there's no hanging chads. That's it. There's nothing in the backpack. And even went into therapy with Kathy Morgan and was like, hey, nothing in this girl's backpack. I like to address things directly, blah, blah, blah. Other people don't live that way. And that really caused a disturbance in the force. And, as our boys were going through puberty and becoming, teenagers and young adults, they had their own ways of, dealing with emotions. And it wasn't the same as mine. And that caused me so much frustration. And I had to finally realize it's out of my control. I mean, I have siblings that they handle life differently and I didn't understand. I was like, come on, do it my way. It's good. I'm a Virgo. Follow. Do it my way. And I would get so stressed out that they wouldn't. But it wasn't their way to do it. And Jody and I are living with this through the podcast. Is like she handles things one way, I handle it another. She's very creative, I'm very system based, and we're learning how to navigate that. And I'm finding so much peace in the process. I have some questions, discussion points for this chapter is, where in life are we over managing people? So really evaluate that. Where am I trying to manage somebody else? And I know when we started the podcast network, we were like, you guys, you got to drop something every week come on, consistency is the key. And then we had to let them drop. It's their show, it's their creativity. They need to do it on their terms and their family dynamics for their emotional piece. And we had to learn how to let that go. Another question is, what relations become lighter when we stop forcing? Oh, I see that so much. When I stopped trying to manage all the relationships, they got so much better. It got so much better. I do try to control it with prayer and manifestation, but it's not the face-to-face management, and it's brought me a lot of peace, and hopefully it has brought them a lot of peace as well. Question yourself, is letting go actually the pathway to deeper connection? And I think it is. I think when somebody's trying to control you, you can feel it, and you get a little guarded. It's like when you take that out of the equation, really, I feel like you can have a deeper connection. Let everybody do it their way. Let them do them. You don't have to control it. And I honestly feel like the group of people that we watch baseball with in left field, they all kind of live this way. I feel like they've always like, you do it your way, you do it. I love an Irish goodbye. I don't want a 15-minute goodbye sesh. I just leave when I'm done. I go home, and they've all accepted that. They go, she's going to do it her way, and they've just accepted it. They haven't sat me down and said, hey, no more Irish goodbyes. It's like, let everybody do it their way, and we celebrate everybody doing it their way, and it's so beautiful. It's so lovely. And when somebody new comes in and tries to, I don't know, navigate us and tries to manage us, they don't last long. They don't last long, or they get their feelings hurt that we're all not just dropping to navigate their way. It's such a deeper connection. Another question is, why do women especially struggle with carrying everyone emotionally? Ugh. Why? Another question to ask yourself when you're reading this chapter is, what happens when we finally trust people to handle their own lives? Oh man, so good. Something to think about, you guys. Sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is let them, and then quietly tell ourselves, let me live too. Let me live too. Let me find my peace. Let me take care of me first. Put your mask on first. Take care of you first. That's okay. And we're really going to get into that. The next 3 chapters is focusing on the let me side. She does address let me throughout the book. I just am holding it till the end because I think it's the most important part. So you guys have a great Wednesday. Hump day. And we will be chatting with you soon. Texas, yeah.